Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another video. Vinny Signs here. I'm here to show you guys my favorite camera rig. I started working on this. This is definitely inspo from White and Reverie, so I give them props on this. I've tweaked a little bit of things to kind of modify towards, they were working on a Ronin S. I'm working on a Ronin SC. Hopefully this video helps you guys and hopefully I can show you some tips and on how to have a super powerful machine of a beast of a camera rig. Let's check it out. All right guys, so we're here. We got the Ronin S, okay, and just a few accessories I'm gonna work on. I'm gonna hook up the camera here in a bit, but what I wanna show you guys first is just you know, how I rigged this up, all the little nuances and the little things that I have on here, okay? So what we got here, we got the Ronin S, got the legs opened up. And you know, typically when I'm shooting, guys, I like to close these bad boys up and make sure that, you know, I have another handle to use, stuff like that. Okay, so first off, we have this little small rig. I guess it's a Nato Rail. Okay, so the small rig Nato Rail, but pretty much what you need. And I'll drop all of the links in the description below for all the setup. Pretty much I have a Ronin SC small rig. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's a small rig. You know, it's pretty much like a cage for your Ronin SC. It goes around the neck, tightens up pretty easily. Let me take this off to kind of show you guys how it looks. So it pretty much goes, let me put the legs out real quick, show you guys all the little details here. So it pretty much just goes around. See how this thing, you know, pretty much goes, it's gonna clamp around the neck of your Ronin SC. I probably picked this thing up for, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 bucks. Not that much, but definitely makes this Ronin SC that much more powerful. It fits right around the neck here, and you just tighten it up around the neck. So what you can do with this, now is now you have the ability to hook up. I have a Anker Powerbank holder here. I can pretty much just hook up my battery to this. I clip this right on here, boom, it goes right in the side of that, and that gives my Fuji cameras power for days. I can shoot weddings, 8 hours, 10 hours, and this is the Anker Powerbank 220,000 PD, not the most powerful one. I have the bigger brother, and I'll drop the link in the description down below for this for the bigger one that I like to use for my cameras. This one's, you know, this one's nice, lasts about half the time as the other one does, but this one's nice. It slips right on the side of this power bank holder, and there's that gives me power. So on the other side here, I have a Nato Rail. If you can see that, Nato Rail is pretty much just you know, there to clip this on. This is where the magic happens. Okay, so this one here is pretty much just going to be my second handle. I don't like two handles. I have one already on the actual Ronin SC. It gives me more power. I don't like to go two handles because then I can't utilize that, you know, the button that's actually on the Ronin SC, you know, that gives you the ability to recenter. Okay, so I like to have my one hand on the Ronin SC, the other one on a handle. Okay, it's gonna change the game up in the way you guys use your gimbal. Okay, so down back here to the Ronin SC, we got the Nato Rail, and I got my handle. Pretty much simply just slips right on to that rail. You tighten it up nice and tight. Let's get that thing tight. Boom, there we go. And check it out. You guys got your handle with your Ronin SC. Flip those legs out. Boom, you got accuracy. You got shots for days. This is gonna help your gimbal skills and it grow that much better. So we got our handle. We got our hand on the gimbal, and on to the next best thing. Okay, what I got here. Let me put the legs out so you guys can see. What I got here on the handle, guys, is I have. Let me unplug this thing. Boom. Okay, I have another Nato Rail. Okay, so pretty much two Nato Rails going on this handle, And I have this little device that holds my monitor, okay? I love the Atomos Ninja V. That thing is a beast. It enhances my Fujifilm X-T4 or X-T3 cameras to that sweet 422 color, that color range, and just gives me, Fuji already shoots 10-bit, so but it adds just a little bit more color space for post editing and coloring my footage. So I love to use external monitors and shoot externally, and it just gives me a better field of view to see what I'm looking at. All right, this thing is really cool. This is also from Small Rig. All right, so all these little things I'm gonna pop in the description below. But this holds your monitor, and it gives you, I've had a few different ones from Small Rig, and I typically don't like them because they just don't have the range to move your monitor as much. This one's really nice. It's very flexible. It moves up and down, and there's some screws in here that you can tighten and adjust to your liking. Okay, so going down here, we got our Nato Rail. This is pretty much gonna slip right on here. So you just push this button here on the Nato Rail, and you slip that. Boom! You'll hear the click. It's in. Okay, and there's a little lock here, a little locking device here, and it locks right in there. Boom! Nice and tight. Okay, so what that does now, I can screw in my monitor. Okay, so when I have the monitor screwed in, and I'll have that here in just a bit, but pretty much you put your monitor in here and you have flexibility to move up and down. Okay, so there's that. And yeah, everything here is already turning your gimbal skills into a machine, a beast of a stabilizer. And I love using this. I can't get enough of this the way this rig is, and the way I've put this. It's just so compact. It's not that heavy. It looks crazy when you show up to a shoot. Your client, whoever hired you to do a shoot, they're gonna be looking at you like, whoa, this guy is serious. He's not messing around. So I love this setup. And yeah, let's go ahead and let's move on to the monitor, and then we'll go and put the camera on and show you guys the final setup. All right, guys, so I got my camera already balanced. I'm gonna have that on there already just for speed purposes so you guys can see how this rig is going. I'm gonna strip it all down after this, but I have it balanced, ready to go. I'm gonna strip it all down when I put it all together so I can show you guys a little speed test on how fast you can really put this thing together, okay? So I got my camera nice and balanced. Next thing I gotta do, also a little thing I like to do, guys, I have going on here. For some of you guys that are a little more familiar with the Ronin SC, there's a little riser that goes right on the camera plate, the little Ronin SC plate. It goes on top of it. What I've done is I've taken this off. This actually helps with, like big lenses like this, or any lens for that case, to make sure you can zoom in, zoom out, rack focus, and all that good stuff. So what I've done, since this would add a little bit too much weight, this lens is pretty beefy, so it adds a little bit. It's starting to get to that payload for the Ronin SC. It's really forward heavy. So I took the riser off and I put, I'll show you guys, here I got some Velcro here. So I pretty much put some Velcro right where that plate would be to raise up the lens a little bit so I can zoom in and out. So it's, got that nice zoom in and out easy. And that took off some weight so that I could make sure I can balance this thing out. So I kind of DIY'd this thing. I'll show you guys how just a minute. But let's go ahead and pop the monitor on. So I got my Ninja V. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this bad boy on. Super easy, guys. Once you get this clamp, this monitor holder, it's really easy to maneuver, all right? And I'll go into more detail on these rubber bands, but these rubber bands are a lifesaver, guys. They're really come in handy. I got a tight one on here, so it's not going anywhere, but once I put that, there we go. Let's go and open that up. There we go, and it's nice and tight. Cord management is huge, guys. You wanna make sure you're looking professional in front of your shoots. So if you're going to a shoot and you got cords going all crazy, obviously, there's cords, there's gonna be cords, but if you're in a tight environment like a wedding and you got crazy cords going all over the place, you're pulling it and people are tripping. I don't know if it's gonna look, I don't even know if it's gonna look all crazy like that, but you know what I mean, guys. Cord management is huge. So you wanna make sure it's nice and tidy, nice and neat. Everything is looking good. On this little red lock, guys, I got a rubber band, and I'm gonna go ahead and rope that thing around and make sure that's just locked in right there. That way the connections I have an adapter because the Fuji X-T4 takes a micro HDMI. So I have an adapter going into a HDMI input and then feeding to a regular HDMI output. I got this all set up, everything's ready. Let me show you the flexibility of this thing, guys. So this thing with the monitor clamp is really easy. I love it. You can move up, down, super simple, just like that. Okay, so got all that going. Perfect. Okay, now we got the battery charger. So I already have a rubber band on here. I just kind of roped around these cords to make sure it's nice and tight. That way, like I said, guys, you get that cord management nice and neat. All right, so we got this in here. There we go, boom. And we're locked and loaded, guys. Everything is looking good. Ronin SC is on, all the axes are off, and cords are looking fly. Making sure, oh, look at these shots, guys. These are really nice, looking balanced. Everything is good. If you guys can see how neat and compact this really is, it's so easy, guys. You're gonna get super cinematic shots. Really, this is a beast of a rig. And guys, like whatever camera you're shooting on, this really doesn't take too much. It's a crazy awesome investment. You're gonna see improvements in your shots, your stabilization, and your professionalism. When you show up to a scene, when you show up to a shoot, and your client sees you with this machine, they're gonna be looking at you like, man, this guy is professional. He's not showing up with some, mom and pop or some, your mom's favorite snap and shot camera. He's showing up with a beast of a setup, and it shows. The results show, guys. So let me show you a quick speed test. So I'm gonna go ahead and strip this down really fast. So I'm gonna go and strip this down. I'm gonna take off my monitor. I'm gonna show you guys how fast you can pop this thing on. Okay, I'm gonna plug everything. Everything's gonna be naked. That way you guys can see how efficient this really is. Because speed, because time is money, y'all. So if you can get this thing going, you're not gonna miss a beat. I'm gonna go ahead and get my HDMI here. Take this off. I'm gonna take off the battery. And I'm gonna take off my camera. That way you guys can see. Let's go ahead and put that in rest mode. That way you guys can really see how fast you can get this thing on, okay? Let's go ahead and put my camera to the side. And let's go ahead and even take off the handle so you guys can see how easy this is to put on. Okay, so I leave the little cage, the neck cage around the Ronin SC all the time. Here's the bag, guys, that I actually use for my Ronin SC. It's a newer, I don't know if some of you guys may have this laying around. If you have a bag that looks like this, it's pretty much just held my light. Okay, so this holds the light, all its cables. I felt like it was perfect. Not like 100% perfect. It didn't fit mold exactly how the Ronin SC does, but it was perfect. I mean, I felt like it did the job. I can easily, and I'll go ahead and put all this in a bag here in a second, but this is the bag I use, and it fits this neck cage around the Ronin SC, and it fits in the bag without having to take that off. That's a huge pain if you have to take that off. If you do, it's no big deal, guys. It's fine as long as you get the shot and you got all your equipment. You can take it off. But this bag holds my Ronin SC all detached, but with the cage still around the neck. So with that being said, speed test. So I'm not gonna go crazy fast. Not gonna be like Road Runner speeding through this thing. I'm gonna just do it nice and efficient, but I'm gonna show you guys how quick you can get this thing balanced and ready to shoot and crush it on your next shoot, guys. All right, guys, so speed test, here we go. I got the handle coming on first. There we go. Let's go ahead and lock that in. Boom, we got the handle on. Let's go ahead and put the monitor on next. So I'm gonna go ahead and screw that in. Just like that, nice and easy. Yeah, there we go, okay. I got my Insignia HDMI cable. We're gonna go ahead and plug that in and get ready for my camera. Okay, so let's go ahead and put the camera on first. Let's lock off the axes first. There we go. One more axis. There we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and pop the camera on and balance it. But remember, guys, don't balance it until you have the cords in, because it's gonna get a little weight to the left. So you want to make sure you put these cords in first. Now I got the battery coming in. There's the battery. The outputs are facing me, so client doesn't have to see all that. Boom. And there's USB-C to USB-C. There we go. Let's go ahead and lock this axis and balance out this first one. Oops, a little, there we go, perfect. Right there, looks really good. Yep, okay. So I'm gonna go and lock that off. And then we'll check the second axis actually. A little off, so I'm gonna push that down a little bit. That looks good right there, nice. Awesome. Everything's looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and unlock. Unlock. Turn the Ronin SC on. Okay, and I'm gonna rub this around here just to make sure our cord management's nice and tight. And just for good measure, gotta clean the plate because this is looking really good, guys. Look at that. We got a beast. I like to fold these things in. Gives me an extra, you know, just a little grip to, you know, and if you do, I'll open these things up if I need a little break. But man, look at this. Super tight, super compact. I can move this monitor when I want to go to undersling mode, flip that thing here, turn the monitor down, and you got some sweet cinematic shots, guys. Check it out. Boom. Bring it back up. And I like my hand on the middle here because I do like to double tap that to get that back to the middle. And then I got the monitor going. So look at this, guys. Super awesome, really nice. And I'll show you, I'll go ahead and take this back off and show you guys my breakdown and putting this gimbal inside of this newer bag. I got my plugs, all the things I need to plug in my monitor. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put the big middle, the top portion first. That way I can squeeze that in. Look at that, perfect. Put that right in there. Boom. Everything fits nice and neat, guys. It's exactly what I need. You know, even if I want to put these rubber bands in here, check it out, guys. Even if I want to put these rubber bands in here, look at that. Boom. Squeezes right in there. And I'm ready for my shoe, guys. I got my newer bag. I know it's not ideal, but hey, if you can find a bag like this, I found it laying around my house. Use it as a gimbal bag. I'm gonna probably put a piece of tape so I don't get confused. But I got my Ronin SC in here. And yeah, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And hopefully you picked up some tips in this, you know, camera rig setup. It's my very own camera rig setup. Definitely I want to shout out Wide and Reverie. They did offer a lot of inspo, but I had, you know, to modify a few things because this is the Ronin SC and it is a little bit smaller than the Ronin S. But hopefully you guys love this video. If you can please subscribe down below, guys. Comment, tell me what your favorite part of this video was, and hope to see you guys in the next video. Man, I love y'all. Thank you guys for the support. Peace out.